Hello, I am Test Drive, and welcome to episode 47 of Forza Motorsport 2, where in this episode, we are not going to be using the Mazda Speed RX-8. Go ahead and show you what we're doing real quick. We're going to be going back to the semi-pro events, and we are going to be doing the Panos 500 horsepower Invitational. Host for cars with less than 500 horsepower, can't be a race car, so on and so forth. Hello Tank, welcome to the stream. That is what I'm racing up against. And we are going to be using a DLC car for this. The car that I forgot was DLC. Hello Cameron. Welcome to the stream. But we are going to be using the Porsche 997 Turbo because, yes, it has 480 horsepower, which is quite a few horsepowers. And we're going to be using this because it is going to be fun. Green. There's like 3 different shades of green. That's like ugly and I love it. So yeah, at least that is at least 3 horsepowers. You are correct about that. Who knows how many there are actually are. Oh god. So we need to make this car not fat basically because it weighs a lot. 3,400 pounds. And by a lot I mean a sum. So what do we need? Like 896, I think it was? Chonky boy. I think it was like 896. That's expensive. Tires. 890. And it's gonna be all-wheel drive. German Dave. Oh lordy coming. God, that's expensive. 12 grand for tires. Damn Porsches. Does he have any body kits? It has a Forza body kit. Can't say I like any of it. That makes the rear bumper like less wide. What the hell? That is strange to say the least. Not gonna do that, and we'll try and get it a little closer to 500 without going over, hopefully. Why is everything making me go over 500 horsepower? Intercooler. Yay, 9 horsepower. That works. I wonder how much horsepower you can put in this thing. Probably a lot. But probably, I mean, a lot. There's going to be a lot. But anyways, let's go race. Semi-pro. 4 races, 4 races, 4 races. Okay. 373 kilowatts. David Octavio Pajero Gonzalez. I like that name. So we have Rodolanta, Sebring, Silverstone, and Mazda. Yeah, that thing. So let's get... Wow, 19 grand? That's actually pretty impressive. Let's get started. Inferior Volkswagen. Yes. Because we all know that Dave is better than a glorified Volkswagen. WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca? Real answer, what? I don't think I did. Also, I'm in first. I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here. All-wheel drive! Ooh, front bias. WeatherTech Raceway Typhoon Lagoon. God, that was a video. The fucking Mazda Typhoon Lagoon. I don't even know if that video... I think somebody re-uploaded it back in the day. Because the original poster, like, took down his channel. Or YouTube took down his channel or something. But I don't know where to find that video anymore. It's lost to the depths of the internet. Also, 0 out of 10. No active arrow on this 2007 game when like Gran Turismo 3 had active arrow that worked. Whatever. Also, Project Gotham Racing 2 had active arrow that worked, which was always entertaining to me as a kid. And also, I'm in like Club 3. Oh god, understeer please. Yes, all-wheel drive power and also all-wheel drive fucking understeer. Oh, where am I going? What am I doing? Okay. Yes, that was all planned. It was tactical. Thank you for reminding everybody. Absolutely. meant to do that. This fucking Ferrari is fast. Why? It's such a high class. I guess because it's so light and probably handles really good. I would assume my Midnight Club LA had Active Aero on like the one car that would have it in that game, which was the Lamborghini Murcielago. Considering that exact same car had Active Aero that worked in Midnight Club 3. Intellectual dumbass. That's me, to be completely honest. I'm stupid, but I know a lot. If that makes any sense. It does to me. Yeah, I can't think of any other cars in Midnight Club LA that would have Active Aero other than the Murcielago. Exactly. That's how it works. That's how Mafia works. It's an older meme, but it's an older meme. Is there some sort of joke there that I'm missing? Ow. Ferrari, please don't ram me. Rossi. I mean, I may have tried to block you, but please don't ram me. Boomer 40. Yeah, F40 is a boomer car, by the way. It was made in 1987, so therefore it's a boomer. I want a Ferrari F40 kit car. That's what I want. I want a Fiero that looks like an F40. I mean, yeah, technically, if you go by age. But the person who would have bought an F40 new is most likely a boomer right now. I wonder if the whole boomer thing, like, really makes sense in other countries. Because, like, you know, you think of the US because it was after World War. I guess it would work for all countries. Because fucking people just wanted to nut after the war. But, like, and a lot of countries were involved in World War II. But, I don't know. It may have slightly different, like, feelings per area that it's set in. AU Falcon. I want a Falcon in general. I mean, a first-gen Falcon wouldn't be too bad. I would drive a first-gen Falcon. I have driven first-gen Falcons, actually. Never a truly nice one, though. All of them had some sort of issues, and I didn't like any of them. One of them was honestly one of the worst cars I ever drove because it had really bad brakes, and it was an automatic. I think it was a 6-cylinder car, but it was like I think it was like a '63 Falcon. Bad brakes, just probably need to be bled or something. I don't know, but they didn't really do much. Because I've driven cars with all drum brakes that will just fucking stop the car on a dime, and this car was not one of those cars. But Grand Nationals are great. I would absolutely own a Grand National. But what was I saying? Something about fucking... What was I saying? Oh yeah, the Falcon. But yeah, the thing was that it wouldn't idle correctly because like the carburetor was fucked up. So you had to keep your foot on the throttle at all times while driving it. And an automatic car that you have to keep one foot on the brake and one foot on the throttle at all times Not fun. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, because it would not idle in the slightest. So here I am basically floored on the brakes with my left foot and like half throttle at all times with my right foot. Just trying to make my way like a mile down the road. And God, it was awful. I drove some very questionable old cars back in the day. And I'll probably still be driving questionable old cars. My Lexus was pretty questionable recently. It's not better, actually. I was going to say something about it being better, but I've not even worked on it. We got to somehow disassemble like the entire rear suspension and like axle and everything to get the piece off that has the wheel bearing in it. Then I have to take that somewhere, get the old bearing pressed out and get a new bearing pressed in, and then reinstall it on the car. So I've driven turbo Porsches before. I've driven at least an OG 930 turbo. It was like an 85, I think. It wasn't the actual like original absolutely batshit insane cars. It was slightly toned down. But yeah, it was like an 85 911 turbo. It was still fast, and it was still pretty terrifying, because there's like no boost, and there's no boost, and there's boost, and then you fucking fly off the road because you're not expecting to be going from 50 to 90 in half a second. And I also drove a Cayenne Turbo, which was not scary, but also really fast. It was like an 08, I think it was an 08 Cayenne Turbo. And God, that thing would fucking go. Because, like, if you don't have a turbo on your 930, it's, like, not that fast. They're not slow, necessarily, but they're definitely not fast. So you get all of the slowness of that, and then all of the boost of the turbo all at once, and at, like, 2,500 RPM or whatever, and then it fucking goes. I like the Cayenne. It wasn't, I'm sure it was not a great car to own, because you'd have to be paying a shitload of maintenance, but it was a nice truck for, you know, the few miles I drove it. I also made a video on it, talking about a few of the weird things with it, which was like the air suspension, which actually worked surprisingly. And I don't remember what else I talked about in that video. It was like a 2-minute long video. God, I need to make more car videos. I just want to make car videos. That's all I want to do in my life. But I don't have the time to do that. Speaking of car videos, this will probably be going up tomorrow, this video. Actually, I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to put up the last Midnight Club LA video that I haven't uploaded tomorrow, or if I want to put what I'm recording here up tomorrow. But one of those, either if it releases on January 15th, I think it is. Whatever video comes on January 15th will be alongside the video of me talking about my new car that I just kind of got. I have not finished Midnight Club LA. I haven't played Midnight Club LA since like my second stream of it. Whenever I rage quit. Kind of rage quit. I didn't really rage quit, but it took me like 45 minutes to win a tournament. But I have not played it since then. So we still have like probably 3/4 of the game left to go. Actually, I don't know. I think I'm more like 40. I'm between 40 and 50% complete, I think. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was a dub tournament. And that's the only reason I was continuously restarting it, was because I wanted to get the car. And I had to get in first to get the car. So, yeah. Anyways, I got damage. 40% discount. I've used a lot of Porsches. Can you tell I kind of like Porsches? I've not driven the 930 in this game, have I? I should do that at some point. Anyways, let's go. It might have been the Hill tournament. I'm not entirely sure. It's whatever's in the video that is probably going to come out tomorrow. Smelling TVs? What the fuck? Alright. Porsche 997T. T is for taint. Zoom, zoom. all-wheel drive. I would love to drive. Honestly, a 997. Honestly, a 996 turbo would probably be like the ultimate goal on my bucket list of turbo Porsches to buy. But I really do like the 997 turbos too. T is for thonk, yes. Have to do a big thonk. God, there's so many cars that I just want to own. And some of them are really expensive. Like, I want a nice Grand National, not cheap. I want a 997 or 996 Porsche Turbo, not cheap. As in, you know, over 20 grand, basically. My attainable dream car is cheaper than one of these. Still the Dodge Magnum SRT8, which, for, like, the nicest Dodge Magnum SRT8, like, there was one with, like, 30,000 miles or something for sale months and months ago. I think it was like 32 grand or something. A little over my price range. But I'd find one with like 60, 70,000 miles for maybe 15. That's about as high as I would go on one of those for right now. I feel like those cars are not going to go up in value anytime soon either. They might, but I highly doubt it. Because, you know, they're a weird car. They're the Magnum, which was only made for 3 years, no, 4 years, because 05 to 08. The SRT8 was only 06 to 08, though, so 3 years. I keep, like, doing this with my eyes, and I don't know why. I'm just, like, thonking really hard or something. But yeah, it's the SRT8, which is, you know, stupid fast, rear-wheel drive, V8, wagon, from Chrysler in the mid-2000s. But similar to the turbo Chryslers of the 80s, other than the Omni, which those aren't even that expensive now. Like, for a really, really nice Omni GLHS, you're looking at like 20, I think, maybe, is probably the most expensive one. I don't want a 300Cs, or, well, I mean, I would take a 300C SRT8, but, like, I would much rather have a Magnum than a 300. They're the same car. You can literally put a Dodge Magnum front end on a Chrysler 300C and vice versa. Speaking of which, I've never seen happen. I've seen the Magnums with the 300 front ends. I actually drove one, you know, years back at the car dealership. That was fucking crazily modified. And I also drove that car with no tire pressure. That was fun. But I don't think I've ever seen a picture of a 300 with a Magnum front end. And I feel like it would look really weird. Because, like, the 300C front end on the Magnum isn't incredibly strange, because they made that for export. Like, I know in the UK and stuff, they sold a 300 wagon that was a Magnum with a 300 front end. But I haven't seen it the other way around. And I wonder why. I should look that up now. I'm curious if there's actually any pictures on the internet of anything like that. And I want a 300M. Even though I don't need one, especially with my new car that I'm getting. Wink, wink. But yeah, I don't know. God, I want money so I can buy cars. Thonking. Yes, I am absolutely just thonking it up right now. Also, this Ferrari has no chance against me now for whatever reason. I don't know what happened. I can't believe I just thought about the fact that I still have not made emotes for my my Twitch channel yet. And I feel fucking stupid because I've been streaming and have had at least one person subscribed for months now. So I need to make something as an emote. Or, like, commission somebody to make an emote for me. God, this car is filthy. Imagine the audacity of a car getting the car getting dirty after driving it. The fucking audacity. Favorite Twitch. Oh, that sounds like a questionable idea. Like, I know people that are artists that would make emotes, and I would pay them to make me emotes. So, like, I want to give my money to my friends. well, I'm sure the people on Fiverr are great and all. It's like, hey, I know people. And I could be like, hey, you're kind of cool. Let me give you money. And in return, you give me art. Ah, shit. I don't even know what my first emote would be. I always like the thonking emote. Do a big thonk. But I would have to have it stylized somehow. Because it's weird, because I've never paid... Well, I've never commissioned anybody to make me anything. And, like, nobody's really made me anything like that, so, you know. But, I don't know. I can only do so much on my own. Like, everything you've seen graphic design-wise on anything... Besides, actually, I take that back. Years ago, many years ago, I think it was like, I know it was going on during the time that I started my original Midnight Club 3 Let's Play, like 5 or 6 years ago, or whatever it was. Sometime before that, because I know the first episode of that series had an intro on it. And the funny thing is that, I don't remember what his name was now, but somebody that I guess just kind of followed me on Twitter or something, basically just made me a little intro for my videos and didn't ask for anything in return for it. But I put their like channel link, YouTube channel link in the description of every video that I use the intro in. But I don't know whatever happened to that person, oddly enough. But yeah, that was like the only thing that I've ever used on my channel that wasn't made by me, as in graphic design wise. For you only. See, I was gonna do that, but I'm like, I can make text look pretty, but I can't art. So, yeah. I kind of shat on my own hopes and dreams there. But someday, I will be like, hey friendo, I give you money, please help. It's not like I don't have the money either, which is the funny part. Like, I definitely have it. Hello, Soccer. Welcome to the stream. Yo, yo, yo. My car is filthy, except for the lights, oddly enough. The daytime running lights in the bumper are perfectly clean somehow. But every other part of the bumper is just fucking covered in shenanigans. I don't like the fact that I just used the word shenanigans like that. I don't know how you cover something with shenanigans, and I don't know what that even entails. It's going alright. I had a couple of long days at work, and tomorrow's going to be probably no different, but I get to drive for 3.5 hours. Well, I get to drive for 3.5 hours, then work a little bit, then drive for another 3.5 hours to come back. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, they got over 30 grand. Hell yeah. And I'm not going to level up in this episode, sadly. Portia, level... reward. Level... JDM inventory. Next race. And I'm also going to get back like all the money I spent on this car, which is going to be nice. I just want to buy cars. That's all I want to do in life, is just buy cars and make car videos. But I can make car videos to afford buying cars. Falling asleep. That was me yesterday, kind of. Like, I almost fell asleep directly after coming home, and I felt like garbage after coming home, but then I took a shower, and then I felt great. Kind of. I don't really know why, but... use the car... Yeah, exactly, Formidable. Also, welcome to the stream. But yeah, you use cars to buy cars. And I use video games to buy video games, kind of. The return is not nearly there for the video game section of things at the moment, but maybe someday we'll be there. I'm mostly just, if I do pay with things from, you know, my hobby, it's all coming from my other source of hobby income stuff. Which, fuck January CPM, it's awful. Although the good thing is that it should be by the middle of the, well, it is the middle of the month. Basically by February, it should be back to not being too bad. Obviously, it's not going to be as much as it was in December, because December is the ultimate month of making YouTube videos. But we can work our way there. It all matters about how many people see your advertisements. You gotta thonk about your audience. You gotta thonk about your money. It's funny because now I've become like completely desensitized to like everything Twitch and YouTube related. Like, I remember when I used to be fucking amazed every time I would hit like another 100 subscribers on YouTube. Like, wow, I hit 800 subscribers or whatever. And now it's like, wow, I hit 8,000 subscribers today. Cool, thanks. It's still cool, but like the factor of, wow, this is pretty neat is, I mean, not really there anymore. Yeah. What about them? I don't remember if I guess it was a dude. I don't know. Channel's dead. Oh, rip. Then again, that was like 5 years ago at least. Actually, I think, was that 2013 that series came out? Because I remember, I think, did I? Last video was 5. Ooh, rip. Was I still using my headset microphone then? I'm amazed. This microphone that I'm using right now, that I've been using for a while, I bought this microphone in like mid 2013. This thing is 7 years old and it's somehow still working. And it went from being a microphone that I just put on my desk to a microphone that's on a stand, and then the stand's moved around a couple times. And like, I'm still on the original wire for it, and I'm still like, I bought a pop filter for it a long time ago, and I'm still using that too. So it's kind of amazing. It's a blue Yeti, not a Snowball. Never liked the Snowball. I thought the Snowball sounded kind of shitty compared to the Yeti, so I bought the Yeti instead. And the Yeti's still expensive. It's like $100 and something still. It was $100 and something when I bought it back then. Yeah, I definitely didn't need this microphone back when I bought it, but I surely did buy it. And I had no clue how to use it, so it sounded awful for the longest time. But now I know. And that's basically just the fact that I need to keep it closer to my face and keep the gain adjusted correctly on it. That's basically the only thing you need to know about having a standalone microphone. And like right now, my setup with it is terrible still. It's better than it was back years and years ago, but it's still like, I can't get it that close to my face or else I can't see what I'm doing. The arm is going over my monitor that I'm using to play the game right now. You could probably, yeah, you can see the just the end of it on the on my webcam. But like, I need to get a better setup going here. I used to have it not bad because it was attached to the same shelf in like almost the same spot actually, but my desk was over on this wall to my left. So basically the microphone, the shelf was like right here on my right. And I could actually position it like really good in front of my face. And now not so much. I had another Xbox 360. At least they're getting pretty cheap now for a decent used 360. Just make sure you don't get one that's going to red ring of death. AKA buy a newer one-ish. At least the arcade version, which is what I have. As long as you buy like that generation and newer, it'll be okay. My disk drive is unhappy, though, a lot of times. It's been unhappy for years, though. It's had issues with opening for probably 5 years. Yeah, I know what you mean, Formidable. I've used many headset microphones in my time. The arcade was the one that... It wasn't like low end, but it came with like 256 megabytes of internal storage. Which, you know, if I go to open a game and it asks me what my what hard drive I want to use, it shows up on there. But that was basically it. And I think whenever they were new, they came with like an Xbox Live Arcade thing or something. Back, you know, 10 plus years ago. We had the arcade version? Huh. I didn't think... I guess maybe... I think it's just really rare for these to get Red Ring of Death. Because I know on the earlier ones... Like, I had 2 or 3 360s that went through Red Ring of Death back in the day. And this one's lasted me probably almost 10 years now, which is impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I've used it a lot too. It survived the entirety of me playing Forza 4 at least, which was a lot of time. It survived me playing through this game now twice. Forza 2 and Ultimate Alliance 2, I think. Do I have that? I have some sort of weird Forza 2 edition. Red Light of Dead. I've never had a PS3 go out on me. Also, my PSP still works somehow, and that thing's like 15 years old. The battery is shot in it, but it still works if you plug it in. Yeah, I remember I had actually, I think... So this is how it went. So I bought... I think it was 2008. I got my first Xbox 360. With Guitar Hero 3, nonetheless. Brand new copy of Guitar Hero 3 with the guitar. And... Which is actually the copy of GH3 that I still have for 360. But I got that one, and then it scratched the hell out of one of my discs. Like, in a circle. I don't remember... I think it was because I did something stupid. And I moved my desk that it was on, and it scratched the shit out of the CD or something. But I traded that one in. Got a different one, because they were refurbished. The first 2 360s I had were refurbished. Shit. Go. Nope, Rossi. Oh god, I took this turn really badly. But yeah, that one scratched a disc, so I was like, okay, fuck you, Xbox, I'm trading you back in because you're stupid. And then I got another one, and that one got rid of Ring of Death. Then I bought another one. I think it was a third refurbished one, and it got Red Ring of Death. And then I finally just got a used one. That was the one I'm still using right now, and it's the arcade version. So I'm pretty sure I've been through 4 Xbox 360s, and not like because of any silly reasons, just because they fucking die. I mean, I guess the first one was kind of a silly reason. PlayStation Go. I forgot about those. I just have the second generation PSP. It's actually back there somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Just sitting on the ground. I could pick it up in a second. It's really scratched up. Like, very badly scratched up. And the battery's shot. But, otherwise, it's not too bad. At least as of the last time I used it, it still played games. Oh, it was 856 the Ferrari. Okay. Hadn't even looked at that until now. I couldn't remember what PI exactly was the Ferrari was at. Alrighty. Ooh, reputation level 3. Now I have 20% discount on centrifugal use supercharger upgrades by FVF Engineering. I've never actually owned anything Nintendo. Oh, no, I take that back. I don't own anything Nintendo related right now. I had a Wii U for 2 weeks that I sold to afford insurance on my truck at the time. I literally had it for 2 weeks. And I bought Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Bros. Wii U. And that is the only Nintendo product I've ever owned. I've heard that they're just straight up not even going to be there. Not that they're not that it's a rumor. It's just like they're not going to be there. Which, whatever. They have the power of the internet to create hype instead of going to E3 with it. And I know it costs a shit ton to like go to E3 with a console or whatever. Yeah, we're gonna have PS5 and Xbox Series X later this year. And depending on, honestly, I'm gonna let any exclusives of sorts kind of just dictate what I buy if I do buy either of them. Like if Gran Turismo 7 is announced to release with the PS5, I'm fucking buying it. And if the rumors are true and the Xbox Series X has backwards compatibility for every Xbox game ever made, from the original Xbox up to the Xbox One, I'll probably end up buying it. Because I'm a giant nerd, and I like to have the highest quality of things. And, yeah. I make YouTube videos of video games, and I'm like, I want 1080p Rally Sport Challenge 2. But guess how fucking impossible that is? Very. It is vaguely possible, though. Because there are JTAG modded Xbox 360s that can run various original Xbox games that weren't officially supported. Yeah, it'd be nice to try and avoid any problematic things. Because, you know, the whole Red Ring of Death thing with the original Xbox 360s. The original Xbox 360s didn't even have an HDMI port. Which I'm pretty sure the first one I had did not have an HDMI port. Because I didn't have an HDMI TV until 2009. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm just curious of what they come out with. Honestly, well, luckily for PlayStation, everything's pretty much sorted for backwards compatibility because you don't really need it. Go for buying a PS3. I remember watching all the fucking console war things going on whenever the original, or whenever the 360 and PS3 were coming out. There's like so many fucking videos on YouTube of it. What was I saying? But yeah, we have emulators that work almost perfectly for PS1 and PS2 games. There's an emulator working for PS3. It's not really that great yet. No, it doesn't play a lot of games. And then PS4, like, you know, it's gonna be a PS4. It's already got 4K support if you have a PS4 Pro, like I do. But yeah, I mean, the main reason I would see getting a new console for backwards compatibility is for basically higher resolution gameplay of old games. That is the only thing I would be, like, the only reason I'm interested in backwards compatibility of games. Like, I will happily fucking plug in my original Xbox and hope that the disk drive works on it every now and then, because it doesn't like to work now. And play whatever the fuck game if, you know, if I'm not going to be able to play it at a higher resolution or, you know, at a stable fucking frame rate or anything. It's crazy there's a PS4 emulator out. I know there's an original Xbox emulator that I actually have downloaded that has the ability to start a few games and vaguely play a few games. But it will not work on a lot of games. Like any of the games that I tried to play on it, it would not work on. which was like Burnout 3. I think I tried Midnight Club 3, PGR 2, maybe. I don't know. Speaking of PGR 2, I need to fucking make a ISO of PGR 2 or something so I can play it on my original Xbox. The Xbox is just like a pain in the ass to try and emulate, apparently. Oh, you mean like Sega GT? Sega GT 2002 and online as I try and look over my monitor to see, because I own both of them. I need to play those at some point. I don't really know what to do in them because there's not really a straightforward career mode in the game. It's basically just a game of racing and then collecting cars and then doing more races with those cars. Like, I actually have no clue of how Sega GT is actually supposed to work, like the career mode. But, yeah, I need to play those at some point. Probably not exactly for a Let's Play. They'd probably just be like one-off things. Like, hey, I'm playing Sega GT 2002. Come watch me for 5 or 6 hours or whatever. And that'll be it. Which both of those are actually backwards compatible on the Xbox 360. Believe it or not. I don't think they have any serious problems either, from what I remember. I think Sega GT Online also supports like 720p on the original Xbox, if I remember right. Which is questionable at best. Remembering things? Not me. And I've been like just going on about different tangents for like a while now, and I'm almost done with the series. It's been a while. I've been doing this series for like 45 minutes, I think. But also every race is like 7 to 8 minutes long, so it makes a little bit of sense at least. And I have to go back to the menus. I wish there was an easier way to just be like, hey, I want to go to the next race without having to load back into the main menu and then load into the race. You know, it seems, I mean, newer Forza games have done that though. Like Forza 5 and on. Because Forza 4 had it, but only if you did the, well, Forza 4 and 3 had it if you did the, what was it? Or no. I think Forza 3 loaded you back into the main menu. Maybe Forza 4 too. I don't remember. But the fucking whatever it's called, the thing, the season races, whatever the hell they're called. I just remember there's achievements for like seasons 1 through 10, and I don't have like 7, 8, 9, and 10 because I never cared enough to do them because they get hard. I remember at one point I was like, man, I am a big whore for achievements on the Xbox 360. Let me just get all of them. That was a phase of my life. And every now and then I think about going back to it and being like, wow, I want to get all these achievements. But then I just end up not caring. Like, the OCD in me wants me to do it. But my brain's like, that's a waste of time. Which is honestly questionable, because I could stream a lot of that, but like, nah. I don't know, maybe someday, if I ever get an actual streaming, like, fucking schedule going, maybe I'll dedicate, like, one day, be like, hey, on this day, every week, we're gonna play various Xbox 360 or Xbox One game, and try and get achievements in it, and that's it. Because I was like fucking amazed by the guy who had 1 million gamer score on the Xbox 360 and Xbox One, I guess. And speaking of Xbox Live or Xbox in general, I apparently used a card, like a debit card, to pay for Xbox Live Gold at one point, aka like a year ago. And they've sent me like 6 emails saying like, "Hey, we were unable to renew my subscription to Xbox Live Gold. Please update your card or whatever." Because that card is no longer with me because I was stupid and I left it in an ATM. Actually, yeah, I left it at an ATM as I was starting a 15-hour drive to New York City. Really smart, by the way. I am just the utmost of fucking brain size right now. But yeah, they've emailed me like 8 times about that, and I've just not cared at all because I don't use Xbox Live Gold for hardly anything. And I believe that even on Horizon 4 on PC, you don't need Xbox Live Gold to play online. On the Xbox you do, but not on PC. Which is kind of silly if you ask me. And then my PS Plus ran out at some point. I haven't cared at all about it. Because I bought my PS4 for Black, or with an extra, like, percentage off during Black Friday of 2018? Is that right? Yes, that would have been 2018. I bought a PS4 Pro, and I bought a year of PS Plus, and then I used it a total of 0 times. I used it to get free games, and that was it. And I think I have 2 of those free games actually on my PS4. One of them is Horizon Chase Turbo, which is a great game. You can play it some more at some point. But yeah, that was fun. Alrighty. 31,000 credits. I need a few thousand more credits to get to the next level. And a 20% discount on things. So I'm curious of why suddenly... Oh, I got first! Panos, #1 Panos Esperante GTLM, yes. And 38,000 credits. But I was going to say, I'm curious of why on my real car channel, my video of an BMW 840 Ci is just suddenly shooting up in views out of nowhere. Like by shooting up, I mean it's getting 200 views per day instead of like 30 to 40. But yeah, there's my Panos. And I searched and I couldn't find any like new videos based on those cars, so I don't know why. Anyways, I won, so we're gonna just go ahead and back out because that's what I do, and I'm going to look at my stats because that's also what I do. We were at 52% through the game. I think I was at 51% at the end of the last episode. And total winnings is 1,924,514 credits on the dot. 1,228 miles driven, yada, yada, yada. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Not the stream. I'm not done streaming yet. And I will see you in the next one.